What is going on, guys? Coach Joe here at Hellfish MMA, where I'm going to do some rolling. So a lot of you guys see me roll against white belts, so I'm going to roll against some white belts, blue belts, purple belts, finish it off with Coach Tim at black belt, where he's probably going to throw me around like a little rag doll. But it's going to be a lot of fun, so hopefully you guys enjoy this, and let's get after it. You recording? All right, so here at Julian, purple belt, right? So Julian, when we're rolling, what are things you're thinking about, or maybe that I need to work on with my game?
So usually when I'm getting ready to engage with somebody, I like to play a guard game, the knee shoulder, or Z guard, some people call it. When I'm getting in that position, I try to make sure that they don't sprawl on me. So when I get here, a lot of problems, they'll start straightening out that back leg and sprawling, and spreading my legs, and then passing. So I always try to make sure I get this knee right on the hip, and I lock my feet up on the back. And keep that from, now you can't really move your hips forward and sprawl. It's really difficult for you. Another thing, when I'm in that position, I'm always looking for this Camera grip because it's such a powerful grip, and you can do a lot of stuff from there. So for you, when you feel somebody grabbing your arm like this, you try to keep your elbows in tight, because a lot of times your elbow is out wide and I can sneak my arm in there. And also using your head to like push up on my chin, that'll keep me from getting close to getting that Camera grip.
Now, so you've been doing it for, what you say, 5 years?
Roughly, yeah.
Around 5 years. What is the number one thing that like keeps you coming, or keeps you trying to stay with jiu-jitsu? Because a lot of people don't stick with it for a very long time.
Yeah.
So what's it for you? Like, what do you like about it?
Just there's so many different techniques that's out there for anybody. You can customize your game however you like it. It takes a long time to build up to that level, but once you start seeing where certain techniques can be applied to as you're rolling, it's a really cool feeling.
Yeah.
And just constantly learning.
Yeah. Thanks, dude.
Like, a lot of defense.
What do you think, like, from us just rolling? It'd be like big takeaways for me. Just like what things to work on.
My biggest thing is like, I call it my valuable space rule. So when I put you on your back, what are you trying to think of first when you are preventing me from passing your guard? Probably your frames, right? To simplify it more so, whenever you're here and I'm here, whatever way you decide to go, this way or that way, safe this way for argument's sake, I'm safe because you're not allowed in here. You have not passed my guard until you're in here. Every guard pass you have to do causes this to come out or this to come out and you to flatten up. So I have this limb connected to this limb, all this stuff. So you've got to move all this out of the way. Big movements. I have to make little movements. So if you come all the way to the other side, I have to move very little to keep this going on. And keep grabbing this, because you know you're going to try to pull this leg out, do something, and you want to bring that across. So the more control I have over that, so your frames are pretty good. But rather than just focusing on frames alone, if you're here first, everything else seems to fall into place. Offensively, you're going for the knee cut, but think about how to violate my space more. Get to here and zip it. Like it down. So you're here, right? You can even go here. Boom. Boom. Yeah. You have the scarf for a second, and then if you want,
All right, so just roll with Coach Tim, Jiu-Jitsu black belt, Muay Thai, ass kicker. Basically, when we're rolling, what stuff are you looking for, seeing with me that you got on me during our roll?
So especially because we're no-gi, no-gi is, once you're sweaty, it's a lot harder to hold on to anything. Yeah. So most of what I'm looking to do is control your hips. So if you notice, most of the time when I was trying to pass, I wasn't trying to grab your head.
Yeah.
And you're on strong people, they're going to keep you away from getting the head. Yeah. You know? So if you lay down for real quick, I'll give you a quick lesson. So getting control of the head and shoulders is like the ultimate way to control somebody. Right? And I can use my legs to control his hips, but when I'm here holding his legs, he's able to use his arms freely. He can push and escape a little bit. He can escape fairly easily. So what I was hoping is for him to turn exactly like that. And then I can block him. I put something behind his body so he can't turn behind me, so the only way he can turn is away. And then I can jump on his back. So I like to always look for the back, especially on a bigger person.
Yeah.
Like, once I get behind somebody and how big and strong they are, it changes like the whole fight, you know?
Yeah.
Even on somebody that's smaller and faster than you, if you can get behind them and get control of them, you can't go anywhere. Whereas like now, in this position like this is when your strength and athleticism comes into a lot of play. So I need to figure out a way to get past all that. You know?
So typically, if you were here, how would you try to get on my back? This is something
I'm looking to get under here. Basically, what I want to do is get everything under you.
Okay.
So here, I'm underneath you, but I'm so far away. You have complete control of my legs. I can't really do anything to you here. So I have to get an underhook, and an underhook, and start to pull myself underneath. And if you hold on too tight, I'll roll you. But what I really like to do is just climb out the back door and hop onto the back and look for chokes. So normally, if I'm on my back, I'm looking to either reverse position, get on top, or sneak behind somebody. Okay. You know? And also what you were hitting in the tournament this weekend, the Kimura from here. So again, like I said, I always want to get under you or behind you. And a lot of times to get behind you, I need to bring this knee through. And the person will almost always put their hand on your knee to push it down. And that allows you to get the Kimura, which you caught on me in a scramble over there.
Yeah.
So.
Then you use the same thing. You taught me and you rolled me on my back.
Exactly. Yep. So yeah, like from this position, on this side, I'm looking to attack the arm. And a couple times, I think you stepped up on this leg. If you step up on the leg, I can attack the leg. I didn't get the leg on you, but I was able to use it to get on top. You know? And that's the thing about jiu-jitsu, is it allows you from your back to be dangerous. Whereas like no other grappling sport really emphasizes being able to fight off your back. Yeah. Wrestling, it's all about being on top. So as a big guy, one of the worst guys to go against is a big guy that's good off his back. Because then you're fucked no matter where you go. You know.
So this is actually my year mark. I joined, I think, in February or March. It was after my birthday, or right on my birthday, I joined here, so coming up on a year. Yeah. What would you say are the biggest improvements I've made from when I started until now, you'd say?
You're much more relaxed.
Okay.
At first it was all all
tight.
Squeeze all the time, all tension all the time. Now you're much more relaxed. You can flow through positions. You recognize things. Like I said, I told you before, like your first day you came in, you were tough to deal with based on your size and strength and athleticism. But now you have like techniques and weapons behind it. Like now you have a Kimura to go to. So when I'm on top of you, lay down on your back for a second. So when I was in this position on you, let's go to this side so you can see. Because I saw you doing that Kimura, so I was extremely worried that if I got lazy, because like normally on a white belt I could put my hand here all day and not have to worry about it. But if a guy like you grabs it, now I'm in a lot of trouble. If he horses his butt into it and just like cranks it, I think I'm screwed. So in this position, the way I stopped that was just keeping my elbow in tight and keeping my shoulder tight to you here to avoid any kind of thing like that. But that's like one of the biggest improvements you've had is being able to be comfortable here, and now you have attacks. You were looking for that underhook a lot.
Yeah, I was trying.
Yep, you were working that.
Yeah.
So after a year, you're able to take something and put it into practice. Whereas at first, you learn something, it's basically in one ear and out the other. You know, it's like you learn a bunch of moves, none of it makes sense. But after you do it for a while, it starts clicking, and now you're able to sort of string things together. You know?
I'm kind of nerdy, and I like video games. It's like a combo, you know. You start to recognize one thing, and then
Jiu-Jitsu's the ultimate nerd combat sport.
Yeah.
It's almost. I mean, pretty much everybody in here is a nerd or a dork of some sort.
Who's the strongest guy you've ever rolled against?
Probably this guy Steve Mako.
Yeah.
He's a NCAA champion wrestler. He fights in the he didn't fight in the UFC, but he's a professional MMA fighter. He might be the strongest guy I ever rolled with. You're right up there.
Nice.
But it's weird, like in jiu-jitsu, it's not always the biggest guy. It's like sometimes there's guys that are pound for pound. Like there's this guy I roll with who's like 150, 160 pounds, maybe less. But pound for pound, he's like one of the strongest human beings. Like when you feel like but it's mostly the way he positions himself. Like he'll position his arm
kind of
like against your shoulder in a way.
Yeah.
And he's, you know, I'm 200 pounds heavier than him, and I can't move his arm at all. You know. So a lot of it is, you know, finding out position and leverage. But probably strongest guy is probably Steve Mako.
Someone on the YouTube said that I put my video up with my last competition. I was going against white belts, and they had said, yeah, that's cool, you're strong and all against white belts, but basically, as you advance, your strength becomes almost obsolete. Now, what's your kind of take on that?
That's fucking ridiculous. So if you look up any jiu-jitsu world champion and look at a picture of them without the shirt on.
Yeah.
They're all fucking jacked. So that's a bit of a myth. It gives the small guy a chance against the big guy. That's all it does. It doesn't. He won't beat the big guy. You know, like, but it definitely levels the playing. Like you rolled with Santini.
Yeah.
Right.
He's a sardine.
But he can beat anybody.
He's an aggressive sardine. He's probably an eel. I probably deemed that wrong. He's an eel.
But you know, that's the cool thing about jiu-jitsu is like he's going with a guy that's over 200 pounds right now. So yeah, like jiu-jitsu doesn't guarantee a big guy or a little guy will beat a big guy, but it gives him a chance.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you put a little guy in a fist fight against a big guy.
Yeah. He basically just said, yeah, your strength will work against white belts, but as you get more advanced belts, you have to do a lot less strength and way more technique. But I think,
well, I mean, even if he's right, and he's also.
But I think if you're strong too, and you get better technique,
that's the best possible combination.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I would say, don't just stop getting strong.
That's a thing that you'll hear a lot in jiu-jitsu. It's like, oh, don't use strength.
Yeah.
But it's ridiculous. It's like saying don't be fast.
Yeah.
Don't use your intelligence.
Yeah.
It's just it's an attribute that you have. Like it should be applied with control. But don't ever let anybody tell you not to be strong. That's
strong. Yeah. Strong people are harder to kill.
What did Alan Thrall say? You can't get too strong.
You can never get too jacked.
You can't get too jacked. You can't get too.
What are you gonna do? Get too strong?
Handsome.
Yeah. You're just gonna get too good at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. You can't be too good at jiu-jitsu.
You believe jiu-jitsu should be like everyone should do jiu-jitsu?
Everyone should try it.
Try it.
Not everyone's gonna stick with it, but it's anybody can do it. You know what I mean? So, like when I started, I was 330 pounds. Like I wasn't athletic at all.
Yeah.
But eventually, through jiu-jitsu, I was able to eventually become a professional athlete, compete in professional fighting, professional jiu-jitsu, grappling matches. So, you know, I think you ever look at the old like Charles Atlas comics? That's like what it's like. You know what I mean? It gives it. You know, the same thing with like lifting weights. It's just that this gives you a little bit more like realistic like feel of like you're fighting a person, not fighting a weight.
And then, what's your number one tip for beginners in jiu-jitsu?
Stick with it.
Yeah.
Be consistency and stick with it. If you can train 1 day a week, train 1 day a week for the rest of your life. Just keep getting in, and you'll eventually get good. Yeah. That's the only thing that's common among all the good guys here and good guys anywhere is that they just stuck with it. You know, like some people progress faster than others, but consistency is the number one thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's the same thing with strength, right?
Yep. That's what I was saying. If you could deadlift 500 pounds and you skip years, don't expect to be able to deadlift 500 pounds again.
Yeah. If you come in here and you tap everybody out and then you leave for 5 years and everybody else keeps training, you can come back here, they'll all destroy you. You know. Which that's one of the most satisfying feelings in jiu-jitsu is when you go with somebody that used to destroy you,
or something,
or they quit, or took some time off, or maybe they moved away, trained somebody somewhere else, and then they come back and roll with you, and then you're able to beat them. That's like, that's
kind of like my own little inside thing that I kind of want to do. Like, just stick with it long enough that someone comes back in and they're like, oh shit, he's like a whatever, or he did this, and it's like, I stuck with it.
You bumping that guy on YouTube?
Yeah.
You beat him with technique.
Or like, I start as a white belt and I just stick with it. But thank you, appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
So make sure you check out the other videos, Coach Tim. I'm sure we'll have stuff in the future, but kick-ass dude, my coach, helped me along the way, and thank you. We're here. We're live. We're live with the Soaz stretch beast himself, Kyle. Kyle is a very interesting character who's amazing at jiu-jitsu. This guy, I think, like last week, tapped me out like 3 times in under 60 seconds with crazy arm bars. So he's very deceiving. But tell us, Kyle, how you got into jiu-jitsu. Like, what's your story?
I did a little bit of martial arts when I was enlisted in the military, and it was pretty cool. It was like a nice little intro, but in all actuality, it was like just enough to get my ass royally kicked by anybody who's been training for like 6 months. But so it was a nice little introduction, and then I ended up moving back home in like 2014, and my good friend Jimmy, who was also in the Marine Corps with me, was like, "No, you should do this."
Yeah.
He gave me a gi and a belt, and like sent me up to the school, and I was hooked.
So how long have you been doing it for?
Since 2014, so like 5 years.
Yeah,
Yes.
5 years. Nice, dude. And then Kyle has bees. He's the bee man, like literally. So it's a apiary, is that what it is? So he owns just one, or how many do you have?
I have 6 hives right now.
So tell us about it. Tell us what it is. What's it called?
So I'm a beekeeper, and I started this organization called Brothers and Bees. I took a class at Del Val, and I was having a really good time with it. I was always staying late helping the teacher. I just was really fascinated. I was always fascinated with like bugs, insects, and like the whole superorganism thing. And my younger brother noticed how what a positive effect it was having on me. And he, before I know it, he bought a domain name. He's like, we should do something like this.
You do it with your brother?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So he's got a couple hives out west in Colorado. I have mine here, but we started this organization because I believe there's a really very big therapeutic benefit to beekeeping. It's kind of like
beekeeping, right? Not getting stung by bees.
That's part of it, though. So it's like you got to keep your cool in there. You can't go in there like all spun up, thinking about 9 million different things. It's like kind of like a forced meditation. So you got to calm yourself down. You got to move slow. If you don't, like, you get reminded.
Yeah.
You get reminded really quickly. We started this company, and it's Brothers and Bees, and the idea is to spread the benefits of the therapeutical benefits to veterans for free. So if a vet wants to learn how to keep bees, I show up, I give them the equipment, the tools, the training, the knowledge, and of course the bees all for free.
That's super cool. It's my buddy Kyle. Like, he does that. So check it out. I'll put it right down here somewhere so you can go check out his website. Do you ship honey?
Yeah.
Oh, so you can get some honey if you want some honey. But yeah, thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, guys, so there it is, me training Hellfish MMA with all my boys, my coach, Time Carpenter. You guys got to see some rolling, me versus a lot of different belts, kind of just recapping what I did wrong, which was a lot of, and hopefully you guys enjoy watching me get my ass kicked. It's a very humbling, no ego type of sport, but I'm enjoying every single tap out and every single match and roll that I go through. I highly suggest to anybody to at least just try it, see if it's for you, and stick with it. I'm gonna stick with it the rest of my life, but I appreciate it. So until then, stay a lean, mean, check machine. Make sure you give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and stay up to date for all the videos that we're putting out. Until then, peace.